As a self-admitted Nintendo fanboy, there are many other systems out there on the market that over the years kind of had to look over the fence and say, hey, that's pretty cool looking. What are 3 of my favorite systems out there on the market that are retro that are not from Nintendo? Let's take a look. For those who have never seen it before, this is the Sega Master System. This is essentially what Sega's flagship console was here in the United States before the Sega Genesis. Now, one of the cool things is, yes, it did use cartridges here, but it also used game cards as well. So it had 2 different types of games that it could play. Another cool thing is the system itself actually had a built-in game. A couple things that were not so great about it was the fact that you had to pause the game by actually hitting the pause button here on the console itself. It wasn't on the controller, but this is a fantastic system. For the uninitiated, this is the JVC X'Eye, and as you can maybe tell, it's essentially a 2-in-1 Sega Genesis and a Sega CD built into one system, and it is also compatible with like the 32X. I love this because it just simplifies the whole kit and caboodle. You get a Sega Genesis, Sega CD in one system. It's also more robust. This doesn't have some of the laser issues or some of the drawer issues that other versions of the Sega CD had. And like I mentioned, it also works with the 32X. Now, one of the bummers, as I open that, you can see the 32X kind of keeps the CD from being able to open fully, but this is one of my favorite non-Nintendo systems of all time. And well, this is the mini version. I absolutely love the TurboGrafx 16 and the PC Engine. I have just enjoyed this library, and this, I didn't know anyone who had the original when I was a kid, but looking at the time, like the Mega Drive was out in Japan. I don't remember if the Genesis was out here in the States or not, but when you had the Master System and the NES, both 8-bit systems, this was 16-bit, so it did have a higher graphic fidelity, and it was just so different too. This was how you played a game. This is called a Hue card, or a turbo chip, depending on where you got the games out of. But this had the game on it. This was their cartridge, as it were, and the games were fantastic. They looked better than the NES. They sounded better than the NES. It had built-in turbo on the controller, which the NES didn't have either. This is one of my favorite systems of all time, and it's not by Nintendo. Shh! Let me know down in the comments, what are some of your favorite video game systems of all time that didn't come from Nintendo?